Today we got a quick little video with 5 quotes that may make you reconsider your whole life, or at least part of it. Because let's face it, life is not easy. And it's not always easy to do the right things, the things you should do. So sometimes getting a little bit of help can actually make a difference and get you onto the right path. And I hope that this video is exactly that for you today. By the way, stay until the last one. It's the best one. The first one, it sounds so obvious, it sounds so easy, it sounds so silly. Do not complain. Do not complain. As soon as you start complaining, you let other people or external events have control over your life. But you have control over your life. You are in the driver's seat. You are the pilot. You decide what you do, what you think, what you feel, all of this. It's you. Yes, it's a big responsibility, but still, you gotta do it yourself. As soon as you start complaining, you're giving someone else the power of having an impact on you. And you don't want this. You want to be able to decide what you want to do, what you want to think, okay? When you complain, when you blame something else, then it's like putting the responsibility on something else or somebody else and just expecting that it will get better. But in 99% of the cases, it will actually get worse, or at least not better, because the other thing or the other person will not make this thing better, okay? You are the only one that is responsible for your well-being, for your actions, for your life, and you have to take accountability. Don't complain, especially if it's something that you can take action on, okay? Okay, this was a long one. Number 2, stupider people than you have managed to do it. This is every time I feel imposter syndrome or I don't believe in myself, I tell myself this quote. Stupider people have managed to do it. And you don't have to look far to find examples. A good example is just setting up a company, launching a business. Now, the guy down the road that has this kebab shop or this pizza place, he knows how to make a pizza or a kebab, but is he really a good businessman? I don't know, I'm not sure. So if you are in business and you doubt your abilities to launch a business, think of this guy. This guy is probably not so good in business, but he launched one and it's successful. Yes, I know, it's not the same type of business, but still, he managed to do it, so will you. Just take what you know and do it. A lot of people are afraid of starting, but if you really think about it, there's not that much to lose. All these people that started those kebab and pizza places, they probably didn't know very much about business. They just knew that they had a good pizza or a good kebab and that they wanted to sell them. And so they opened a place and maybe it worked right away, maybe not, but they're probably not as good as you in business. So this was just an example, but you get it. You get the point. You can apply this to any other field. Stupider people than you have managed to do it. Okay, 3. This is one that struck me very hard when I first read it. And to this day, it is, I think, one of my main motivations for doing stuff when I could not do it. And here it is. Your procrastination is someone else's opportunity. I'll say it again. Your procrastination is someone else's opportunity. So imagine this. You get home from work, you're tired obviously, you make a quick meal and then you have 2 choices. Either you lay down on the sofa and watch Netflix, or you work on your projects. You shoot a video, you go out and take photos, or you draw, you whatever your project, your passion is. Now, the first option, Netflix, is obviously the easy one, but it also means that you procrastinate, that you put off your project, your passion. And sometimes it's okay, no worry, I do it as well. But if you really want to make progress and get better at what you do, then most of the time you have to actually do it. And so this is why I take this as a motivation, and I tell myself, if I don't do it tonight, someone else is going to do it, and they will do it well maybe. Over time they will get better, and I have more competition. So let's eat this quick meal, and then I'll jump on my computer to edit a video or shoot a video. And even if I don't get far, even if I only do it for 30 minutes, I will have made progress. So your procrastination is someone else's opportunity. Number 4 is don't wait until you're ready. Now, I have one of the best examples to tell because I'm super guilty of this. This channel has been in the works for 2 years. And when I say in the works, it's that I was overthinking it the whole time. So I was ready to launch it, but then I thought, well, maybe I should do another topic or move it to another direction. So there was this constant back and forth for 2 years in my head. And so now that I've started, I can say that I'm so happy about it because I'm on the train now. I'm on the train is running. I can still adjust the course if I want, but I'm on the train, okay? Before starting, I had a list, but I had also 50 other ideas, and I wasn't sure what to do because I hadn't started. So then by starting, it gave me the confidence in my project. It confirmed that this is really what I want to do. Okay, so by starting, you're actually getting on the train, and once you're on the train, honestly, well, it's not easy to stay on the train, I'll be honest with you, but you gotta go with the flow, okay? Try to stay on the train as long as possible, but if you don't start, you cannot get better at it, and you will never be ready. Trust me, you will never be ready. You think that by buying new gear or having this special pencil or by, I don't know, like getting a new piano, you'll finally be better, you'll finally be ready, but that's BS, okay? Just start, and then one day, while you're on this train, you'll see that you've made big progress and that it was worth it. And the last one, number 5, is one that I heard in a podcast from Mel Robbins recently. I was on a run listening to this podcast, and then I heard this sentence, I heard this quote, and I was like, wow. So here it is. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I'll say it again. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If you think that you're capable of doing something, then you are right. Then you can do it. But if you think that you cannot do something, that it's too hard, too challenging, then you're right as well, because you won't be able to do it. When I heard this, this quote is so profound for me. And by the way, I was on my run, and so this gave me this instant motivation to, finish a good run and go a bit further. I was like, you can do it, you can do it. This quote shows you how important and how powerful the mind is, okay? Because your mind is not only there to think about stuff and worry about your future, it's also there to direct your actions, to direct your thoughts, but you have to train it. It's like a muscle, okay? You have to constantly exercise your mind to think positively, think that you can, think that it's possible. It sounds cheesy, I know, but it's how it works. Do you know how the biggest athletes and sportsmen reach their full potential? Yes, it's by exercising a lot, but it's also by believing in themselves, okay? And by thinking that they were able to do it, they did it. It's super hard to do it right and to actually get your mind to have this kind of impact on your body, but it's possible. You have to start small, take small actions, and you can see that over time, as you progress, you'll be able to do more and more. This is the power of the positive mindset. So here's my tip on this one, and this is very personal. Be the biggest optimist you can. I'm super optimistic all the time. Sometimes it's even silly, but it gives me a good outlook on life, because most of the time, if I'm super optimistic and super positive about something, it increases the chances of it happening. So be optimistic, think positively, and it will have an impact on your life. And if your goal is to make videos for YouTube, but you're a little bit afraid of talking to the camera, I have a video for you. I made a video on how to beat the fear of talking to the camera. I think you'll like it. It also applies to other forms of public speaking, I think. So yeah, watch it, and I'll see you in the next one.